Local men and women who monitor whether your water is safe to drink are now on strike. Good Tuesday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez.
And I'm Janice Rebholz. It comes after the contract renewal between the operators, engineers, Local 399 and Illinois American Water fell through. Now, Sam Matheny joins us with more on negotiations and who's monitoring our water now.
Tyler, Janice, the union representative for operating engineers Local 399 had worked at the Peoria plant for 15 years, but a strike there, he says it's rare. He also says it hasn't happened there in more than 20 years.
5 years ago, it seemed to go hardly without, any questions. In the past 5 years, the company is unwilling to budge.
On Monday, members of the operating engineers Local 399 union authorized a strike against Illinois American Water. The 14 EPA certified employees who are now opting to not work monitor and test the drinking water for the cities of Peoria, Farmington, Glassford, and Bartonville. Union business rep Ken Goff would not provide details on the proposed collective bargaining agreement. However, he claims the wages, benefits, and shift schedules are unfair. And now he questions who is monitoring water quality.
Without knowing the qualifications of the person that's operating, it is alarming. It's concerning. Like I say, we want our people back in the plant. We want to get a fair agreement and then put our people back to work.
Under the expired contract, employees worked a 7-day swing schedule. They would work 7 consecutive days on first shift, take a few days off, and then work 7 days straight on second or third shift. Goff says the union's proposed contract includes a 12-hour split shift, working 36 hours one week and then 48 hours the next. He says it allows more time off for employees, but longer hours per shift. In a statement from Illinois American Water, the company says they've been negotiating in good faith since May 6th, but wouldn't discuss details out of respect for the collective bargaining process. The company adds it believes their offer was fair. Joe Machard says he's been working at the plant for 17 years, and during COVID, his yearly raise was less than $1.
It kind of put a bitter taste in everybody's mouth, and we're a good team around here, 14 guys, and we're all at the same feeling.
Before workers can return, both parties have to come back to the negotiating table. As for who is overseeing the plant, Illinois American Water says its water quality management teams are on the job, making sure the water is safe, clean, and reliable.